Hello, welcome to 6th grade math at Edison Intermediate School. My name is Ryan Boleen. I've been teaching here at Edison Intermediate School for 15 years. Besides working here, I also run alternative youth sports programs such as Ultimate Frisbee, Disc Golf, Pickleball, and Ski Club through the Westfield YMCA and Westfield Rec departments. Back to our math class though. Our class is going to expand upon what students learned in elementary school through everyday math in a new program called Big Ideas Math. We started our first unit focusing mostly on order of operations, and we just started our second unit on fractions and decimals. Later in the year, we'll encounter ratios, area, volume, and the start of algebra, including simplifying math expressions and solving equations. We'll wrap up our year with statistics as well, graphing and finding statistical measures. In order to deal with our semi-confusing hybrid and virtual in-class setup, students need a few things. Primarily, they need access to Google Classroom. They're getting really used to that on their computer. They definitely dealt with it before. However, one thing I strongly suggest that you ask your child is that if they have downloaded Google Classroom app on their phone. Any smartphone will be able to handle it. It's a free app. Their notifications should also be turned on. This will allow them to make sure that they get messages right away from their teachers. A lot of our homeworks can be submitted right on the app, which is more efficient than dealing with a computer. So I really think you should look at that. So that's app number one you should ask about. The second one, which is kind of new to them, is also through their school-issued Google account, and that's Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts is a very simple chat setup. For all of our classes, we actually have a group chat for it, and they can also contact me or any of their teachers directly on there if they have a question where they don't want to ask in front of the rest of the class, especially if they're not in person that day. So it's basically a direct message, or basically kind of like a text chat. Google Hangouts is accessible on a website, as shown below, and also available as a free app in the App Store. So I really suggest asking your child if they have downloaded both Google Classroom and Google Hangouts, and if not, helping them through that process on their smartphone. One of the main things to help you is obviously the Genesis Grade Portal. The Grade Portal, where you got your child's schedule in the beginning, I update very often with math class. All the assignments, all the homeworks go in there, tests, quizzes, and little mini checkups that we do that are graded. If you notice a missing on there, that means they missed the assignment. They've been told about it, they have been sent messages in Google Classroom about it, but if you notice something is missing, that is something where hopefully you can reach out and be like, hey, it looks like you're missing this assignment. They should be able to link it right into Google Classroom and figure out what happened, whether it was a tech issue or maybe they just missed the assignment straight up. So that could be really helpful. It also has their current grade calculated using a classic percent formula for math, points earned divided by points possible times 100. One of the things that's very useful to you, which they get access through Google Classroom, is actually our class website. And I would like to flip over the screen to show a quick little tour of our math website. And now, having flipped the screen, this is our math website, which you can access through the Edison School website itself. We're going to tab over to 6th grade math and just point out a couple things that are on here that will be helpful to you. The left side has a lot of information about the year, which they should be pretty well versed in at this point. It has a class letter of how they're graded, some hints, tips, and suggestions. We had read through this in the beginning of the year. This one has a list of all the websites and apps that I was suggesting earlier in the video. So if you need some more detail about it, this link here actually can lead you there. We have an online textbook as well as the green one that they brought home called Big Ideas Math. They had signed up and made an account. If they happen to have lost it, or if you want your own account, we have enough where you can just follow these directions and create your own login for our textbook. Below, we also have the schedule, the school timing and stuff, and on the bottom we have a calendar by each class period, so just access which period your child has math. They see this through their Google Classroom when they're logged in. They only see their period, but I put all four on there so you can link it up in case you want to see when things are due and when class meets and stuff like that for the virtual sessions. The most important thing for a parent could very well be the math resources, the chapter resources here. We have currently finished chapter 1. I have one for each chapter we'll do through the year, but when you click on it, it's basically a list of topics that we will be covering in that particular chapter. So that's what we have here. These are the ones we completed in chapter 1. It has the main question, and it has our guided notes page that we did together in class. This is where students can print it, and also this is it completed afterwards. Third thing here is there's a video. It links to my YouTube channel. It's actually a video of me having taught the lesson in a previous year in math class. So they actually see their guided notes page that we did in class done again. So this could be fantastic to review something done in class, could be helpful to work ahead, or if a student misses class or gets logged out during, if they were virtual that day, the video is the lesson that was done in class, done a little bit shorter, obviously, but there it is. The last one is a practice page. We don't actually do these practice pages in class. We do ones like together on the board. This is extra practice. So every section, there's about 40 extra practice questions, way more than any student could do. They're leveled A and B, with A being regular and B being more difficult, and there's an answer key on there for you as well. So if you notice a test or quiz is coming up, which you can get on the calendar on the main part of the website, and you want to help, have them do some practice questions, you can grab a couple from each section and also have an answer key for you, so you don't have to worry about figuring the whole thing out. So that's one of the main resources on our website. And now I'm going to flip the screen back and we're going to wrap things up here. One other thing I would like to mention is that currently students are enrolled in a class called Math 6, but starting in 7th grade, the math classes get split by level. Most students move on to a class called Math 7, which stands for Math 7th grade, and is the logical progression following this current class. There is a more advanced class where students will begin pre-algebra in 7th grade. That class is called Pre-Algebra 7. Students get placed into it based off of their marking period grades and grades on various assessments through the year. For information on what is covered in each course and what the progression is following it, and the placement criteria, is available on the district math website, which is actually linked on the website that I just showed you as well, in case you need a direct route there. Other than that, always feel free to reach out. The best way for you to reach out would be using email. So my email address is below, but it just matches all of the other teachers' emails. And encourage your child to reach out if they're stuck or confused. And they have 3 main ways to do it that we've been talking about. Email is an option, Google Classroom, and Google Hangouts is the fastest, most direct route for them. Hope we make this a great year, and thanks for watching this video. Have a good one, everyone.